Today, I have some exciting news. As you mostly know, I've posted that Southwest Airline is hiring today, you guys. Yes, I was gonna do the video over the weekend, but I have a pinched nerve, so I can't look to my left or my right. So I'm doing a lot of heat and cold compresses, and I'm really trying not to move too much. So bear with me right now. I'm here in my new little living room that you guys saw. A little makeover. Oh my gosh, I am in love. It's so cozy, and I got my puppy right there. And I'm gonna make this video quite quick. But just so you know, you guys, at the end of this video, I will be giving you the link to click and attach your resume and fill it out and send it over to them today. They will be open between 10 and 2, I believe. I think it was 10 and 2 or 10 to 3. I'll have that information also in the description box, so do not hesitate and go ahead and do that. Now, with that said, you guys, because there's so many applicants and applications coming through, unfortunately, sometimes the computer just gets overwhelmed and just freezes, right? And so with that said, you may not be able to submit it. So you may click the submit button and you'll see the little window thinking, and it just does not go through. Now, don't get stressed out. I mean, it is a stressful process, but don't freak out. Just keep on reapplying, keep on pressing that button. Make sure you have really good Wi-Fi. I had a coworker who was in Europe, and she knew the window was open, and for her it was at night because they obviously were open during the day here in the States. And she literally took 6 hours out of her night schedule and just kept on submitting it literally for 6 hours. And she had her friends do it for her as well. So a little piece of advice: if you guys have friends that can help you, that can access your account, they can also submit on their end. It is going to be overwhelming, and the computer will get overwhelmed. But the good news is, when I did my application, I remember the cutout time was 6 o'clock at the time, and unfortunately, we couldn't apply anymore. Even though I tried, it just didn't work. What they did is they submitted an email to everybody, or a notification on their website saying, hey, we are going to reopen for another 2 to 3 hours, so you guys can reapply again that same day. So they reopened for us because our computer froze, and it just was really hard to get your application through, even though we were one of the first ones when they did open that day. There was over, I believe it was almost 28,000 application within the window that they were open. So it was crazy, you guys. Now, this is the third time that they reopen within the 2-year span. Pretty impressive. I'm impressed. The last time, I think they opened every 3 to 4 years. Now they're opening a lot more. They are needing a lot more flight attendants to cover most of the bases, and we are getting a lot of new planes. So with that said, they need a lot more employee. Let's go through the minimum qualification to begin with. You must be 20 years of age, you guys. So 20 years of age at the time of your application, okay? You must have authorization to work in the United States as defined by the Immigration Reform Act of 1986. You must possess a valid, unexpired passport, really important. Must maintain a well-groomed appearance per company appearance standard as described and established in the guidelines. That you can read on their website, but it's usually, they don't want purple hair, obviously. They don't want a bunch of tattoos, etc., etc. Education, high school education or GED or the equivalent education required. College coursework or degree would be an asset. So the more education you have, please make sure you put that on your resume. It just looks really good, to kind of bump your resume up to the top. Physical abilities, weight must be of such proportion to height that a neat appearance is maintained, and the physical ability to perform all job functions is not hindered. So what they're saying indirectly is that your weight needs to be proportional to your height. Also, they want the ability to, while facing forward, walk and fit comfortably down the aisle, okay? Fit quickly through the overwing window exit, and they will be testing you on that. and fit into the jump seat harness without modification. So you can't have an extension on your harness, including closure without a seatbelt extension. Okay, so that's really important, you guys. If you can't fit through or walk through the aisle, it's really hard for you guys. Obviously, there is a weight issue. This is a very sensitive subject, you know. They don't want to say it in so many words, but realistically, if for some reason you don't fit, then obviously you cannot be a flight attendant, you know. It is what it is. It's not like height though, because if there's a weight issue, you could always lose weight and reapply. But if you don't have the height, then you can't, you know, you can't make yourself taller. So the good news is, if, you know, the weight is an issue, you guys do something about it. That's what I want to say. All right, then it says, must be able to lift items up to 50 pounds from the floor to the shoulder level as required. Again, they will be testing. There is a test called the PPST, which they will call upon you to go, and they will fly you and they will test you. So they'll have a board, like a cardboard cutout window where you have to go in and out through this window. That looks just like the emergency, the overwing window exit. So they'll, you know, ask you to do that, and they'll have you physically sit down on a jump seat and have you, you know, put the harness on and make sure everything's fitted. So you could say, oh yeah, I'll pass, don't worry. There are people that have failed. I have seen it over and over again. So if you feel like you may not have a chance, still go, because you never know. But, you know, you guys, if this is something, it's a career that you really, really want to do, I would say to just, you know, pay attention to your physical appearance and be true to yourself. Look at yourself and be like, okay, I need to be honest with myself. Can I do this? You know, do I have all these physical abilities or requirements that they are asking? Like, only, you know, they will determine this. But like I said, it's a very sensitive subject, you know. I'll leave it up to them to kind of decide if this is a pass, you know, or not. All right. Sitting reserve. Now let's talk about sitting reserve. They're talking about flight attendants are eligible for reserve until they are on the top 35% seniority in their base. So you guys, by the time you get there, it may take literally 10 plus years. I have a friend who's been in for 20 years and she is still on reserve. Okay, now they rotate. They go reserve on a month, reserve off, then you get a line, so on and so forth. But you're on reserve more than you have a line. All right. Then it says here, new flight attendants will most likely be on reserve for 10 plus years, which is what I just said, at any base. But they do not have to sit reserve every scheduled period. All right, so like I said, it does fluctuate. The most senior bases are Atlanta, Phoenix, and Dallas. So just remember that, okay? So if you guys put in for those, these are the most senior base. The most junior, so most likely that will be the base that you will get out of training: Oakland, Denver, and LAX. Those are the most junior base. Now the in-flight base map, I have it right here if you guys want to take a look, but I will summarize it. The bases that Southwest Airline, you know, are based out of, the main ones would be Oakland, Las Vegas, LAX, Phoenix, Denver, Dallas, Austin, Houston, Midway, Chicago, Atlanta, BWI, MCO for Orlando, FLL for Fort Lauderdale. So these are the full base, 4,000 weekday departures, you guys. So during the week, they have 4,000 departures. Is incredible. They're very busy. They have up to 101 destinations and they go to 10 countries. So very interesting, you know, facts to know before you do get hired. It's good to know all these facts, right? And then it says, if my interview is successful, how do I prepare in advance for training? All right, so let's say you go through your interview process and you do get hired, right? Most likely it'll be a phone interview to begin with, followed by a kind of a FaceTime interview. Face-to-face is what we call it. Back then it was face-to-face. You're really in front of someone interviewing. This time around, because of COVID, now it's more face-to-face. You actually do it on the computer. Now there's going to be HR and there's going to be a flight attendant who are both going to be questioning you, and they take turns with questions. All right. And if they are satisfied, they will pass you through. Again, I do offer coaching, you guys. So let's say you do go through, your resume, and I do resume too, but let's say for some reason, your resume was great. They called you and they're setting up an appointment with you because they want to get to know you and they want to interview you. I am here. I can help you with all of your coaching needs, whether it's Q&A, how to answer questions, how to structure them, how to be prepared. A lot of times they'll just throw you these curveballs and you're like, oh gosh, I don't know the answer. How to get ready for those, what to have in your arsenal of answers and how to pick them out and answer properly and what they're looking for. And we're going to go through situational questions and I will help you guys do that, especially when it comes to your resume, just to make sure that it goes to the top. We'll use key phrases, keywords, just to make sure that they recognize that you are a great candidate and they push you through the interview process. Now it says here, if you're selected to move forward in the interview and successfully complete the physical performance standard test, which is the PPSC that I was talking to you guys about, they will fly you for that. And complete the employment screening process. This is a background check, you guys. They go as far as 10 years. They'll check your records, make sure you've never been arrested, so on and so forth. We'll invite you to attend a Southwest flight attendant training class. All right. During training, you will be required to memorize our Southwest airport CD codes and our Southwest public announcements word for word. Now, this is pretty intimidating. First of all, training is in Dallas. They will fly you there. If you do live there, you can just park your car and, go to training. They will pay for everything, and they will pay for your hotel. They will pay for your stay. They will also give you a little gift card, and they will separate you into an AM class or a PM class. Any AM class, you guys, you will get a little bit more money on your Visa card compared to the PM class, because the PM class starts way later, so you don't have to eat that much as opposed to AM class where you have to have breakfast, lunch, and dinner, right? So they almost have to cover all that. So you get a little more if you are in the AM class. Now, city codes, all right, they'll give them to you. They'll email them to you in a PDF, print them out, learn them. And the Southwest public announcements, they get a little intimidating because they are long. Okay, so you got to learn the emergency and the intro. Word for word, you guys. You can't get away from that. You got to learn them. Okay, it's a must. So we lose a lot of people usually at the beginning of training just because a lot of people didn't take that seriously and just literally went ahead and not learned them, which is so sad. All right, to set yourself up for success at training, we strongly encourage that you start learning the airport city code and memorize all of the public announcement before attending class. So once you do apply, a lot of people start, memorizing them even before getting called. That's a good way to do it. Or just get called and start learning them. Between the time that you are basically learning them and applying to the time that they will be calling you, sometimes it could take 2 weeks to 3 weeks. Sometimes it could take up to 2 months. But once they do call you for your interview, you guys, it goes fast. Some people can get called within 2 weeks, which I believe in my training class, some people were given a week and a half, and they were given the option, do you want to wait a month and do you want to start training? They're like, we want to start training, and they have to memorize this stuff right away. So it's a good thing that you get started the minute that you do your interview and you do get your CJO, which means a contingent job offer, which means you are offered the job, but it's contingent of you passing the training, passing your OE, etc. So there's a lot of terms you guys may not be familiar, especially if you're new to this, this whole industry. OE, again, is experience that you gain in the air. So they test you and they put you on a plane and they fly with you just to see if you've learned and you can apply properly what you've learned in class into the air. Although if you guys have a lot of questions and you just want to sit down with me and pick at my brain, I could definitely help you with so many things. Just get and book right now a session with me, guys. It doesn't, it's worth the investment. I wish back in the days I was able to do that and book someone to help me. I could spend a whole hour on the phone with you guys. I do recommend an hour. I do offer a 30-minute, but we can't really cover much ground within 30 minutes. The time goes by so quickly and everybody's like, oh gosh, I wish I had more time with you. So I highly encourage that you take a 1 hour with me. Not only can I help you with your resume, if that's what you want with the combos or a session with the resume, but if not, you can take a full hour. All we're going to do is I'm going to answer all of your questions, all of your doubts, all of the things that nobody can answer, because I've been through it, you guys. I've been through the training. You know, I know the company really well. And I've been in this industry 6+ years. I've, you know, worked for many airlines prior to, but not as a flight attendant. I worked behind a counter, also worked for Air Canada. I mean, I've helped a lot of you guys get your CJO. All right, you guys have gotten the job of your dreams, and I've thanked me over and over, and are following me and are so happy with the job of their dreams that they couldn't have originally because they kept being rejected and didn't know why. So I help you with that. So if you guys really want to take the time to you know, get some help, go to flywithshelly.com and book your session right now. I'll have the link right down below. And also, you know, if you just want to email me, you can email me at flywithshelly@gmail.com. All right, with that said, let's keep going. And then it says here, our public announcements are subject to change at any time. Always check the flight attendant manual, FAM, to find the latest public announcements. Now, they do have the public announcements on their website at Southwest.com, so you can always kind of scroll all the way to the bottom and find their announcements there. You'll receive access to the pre-flight training packet 4 weeks prior to training. They do give it to you. They do give you a full month to learn them as far as the CD codes and all that. But they will give you an option to start training earlier, like they have with some of my coworkers. Just an FYI, there is an opening. I just wanted to share that with you guys. Not everybody is on this channel wanting to be a flight attendant, but if you guys want to do provisioning and want to be a provisioning agent, there's an opening in Maui. The city code is OGG, and I just thought that's really interesting because a lot of people just want to start and want to apply and want to start working. Oh, that would be a great opportunity, I think, just to kind of work out of Maui. It's a dream job, and it is really well paid, you guys, and the benefits are incredible. 401k is great. You know, you also get swag points, which are put into your accounts, which you could redeem to you know, get gift cards and whatnot. Then you get a pay raise quickly after starting. I mean, there's so many things we can go over. I'm trying to keep this within the 15-20-minute time length, and it's been about 20 minutes. So I want you guys to go ahead, go and click the link down below. I will leave the link for you guys to apply right now. Don't waste time. Do it. It's opening right now. So from 10 a.m. to, I believe, 3. But again, I'll have that time right down here down below. So hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. If you have any questions, you know, questions, you just post them down below and I'll do my best to answer them within a timely manner. So good luck, you guys. I hope this was informative. Go and run and apply. And if you don't get your city of choice, be patient. Within a few months, you will be transferred to where you want to go. Atlanta is a place that is almost impossible to get in, but the other base that I mentioned, most likely you'll be able to get in within 3 to 6 months, if not sooner. So, all right, you guys, good luck. And if you have more questions, like I said, post down below, contact me and get your coaching now, and I'll help you guys get your dream job. All right, love you guys. Good luck. Bye.